Josh said, pride's the downfall of man. Sophocles wrote this in the act that everybody in the play except Creon goes by the gods, and Creon's the only person who makes the decision that kills everyone.
Okay. But we've have had some questions asking us which was more right, Creon and Antigone. You think Creon was just absolutely out of his way, just ridiculous?
No, I think Creon was correct in his decision, but so is Antigone.
You're a confusing
Creon's the
person,
tragic
dude.
character.
Anybody else have an opinion on that? Other than just Jacob?
They agree with me.
That's the thing. I agree with Jacob because it wouldn't be much of a tragedy if he made a really stupid, terrible, heinous decision and it backfired on him. Then what tragedy is it? It's a tragedy. So he has to make a decent decision that just went completely wrong and brought the death of his son, the death of his wife, the death of his niece.
/ son's fiance.
So could Sophocles be saying something about kings in general? Because it doesn't have to be necessarily pride, because everybody has pride, but only one person defied the gods, according to Jacob. Or just power in general, maybe the government.
Yeah. I like that.
He's trying to get at the government.
He is the government.
Yes, we'll move on to the reasoning.
Couldn't decide which one to use.
Well, I feel that even though there were some differences, it wasn't just the fact that they were there that made it confusing. It was the massive extent to which they were used. So like it wasn't that much of a problem that, I think I have 2 examples here. It's not much of a bother that Thebes has a monarchy, but the fact that Creon is such like the typical tyrant. If he was just like a, I don't know, the last king who signed the Bill of Rights or the Magna Carta or something like that, if he was that kind of king, then I don't think this play would have been such difficult to understand, or his actions would be difficult to understand. Probably wouldn't be much of a tragedy either, but I don't think it would be that hard to understand if he wasn't so like obtrusive as a king. And then, in the case with Haman, if Haman hadn't killed himself over his fiancée, if he just, felt mourned over her, I think that'd be a little bit more reasonable. But the fact that he killed himself, and then that his mother killed herself for her suicidal son, I think that's what makes the story difficult to understand. Anything else as commenting on this? Do you guys have reasonings for why it was difficult, other than just, the differences?
I just think it was religious differences that lead to our ethics. In all religions in the room, suicide sends you to the bad place, but in Greek myth it doesn't.
Not true.
All religions in the room, suicide doesn't send you to the bad place?
No.
I don't think that.
No. I mean,
Christianity doesn't.
some denominations of
Catholicism
Christianity do.
Oh, I thought it did.
Catholicism, not Christianity.
Which are two different.
Yeah, very different.
Well,
If you're saying,
I mean,
religious-
implies
Well, if you're saved, it says that you are forgiven for your past, present, and future sins.
Right.
So,
I mean, it's
killing
frowned
yourself
upon.
is not messaging.
Frowned-
Yeah.
It's not going to send you to hell.
but in
Open to
other, like other,
interpretation.
like it's viewed as
Better
like the
not to
body
do
is a
it.
temple. So if you kill yourself, then
You don't get to do all that.
Yeah, after that, you were,
No, do it.
So, if you said you could-
Okay, maybe just in today's society we gather the fact that suicide is giving up, but we consider it entirely too far to go. At the time, they believed that
nice.
they believe that you're going somewhere after death, so they're just trying to take a shortcut. I don't think that the suicide is as
You're still going in.
they are. I didn't mean to start a religious discussion.